Muslims in New York City are adapting to another Ramadan in the shadow of the pandemic. But even as COVID-19 keeps communities apart, faith leaders say it's more important than ever to find ways of connecting. William Denzo reports.
During Ramadan, daily fasting ends with the iftar when the sun goes down. But for many Muslims in New York, finding food can be a round-the-clock struggle. In response, New York City's comptroller, in partnership with Islamic Relief USA, has launched Iftar on the Go. The aim is to provide free halal meals during the holy month of Ramadan.
When folks are fasting and they're not eating all day long and still anxious about whether or not they'll be able to break their fast, having this as a resource and a halal nutritious meal for them to break their fast is really important.
It's a need that's grown more pressing since the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
Every Thursday during Ramadan, this food pantry here in Harlem is serving more than 100 halal meals. Initiatives like this are taking place across the city's 5 boroughs in an effort to help tackle the wider issue of food insecurity across New York.
Feeding America estimates that around 1.4 million New Yorkers will lack adequate access to food this year. It's a trend seen across the US as the pandemic has exacerbated economic disparities. Members of the Muslim community say Ramadan is the ideal time to address the issue of hunger.
You try to relate to people who experience this on a daily basis. People who are food insecure on a daily basis or go hungry or don't have enough to eat or don't have anything to eat. So during Ramadan, it helps us reflect on the need for food and water and to not waste it. When you have it, make sure you consume it fully and be grateful for it.
Islamic faith leaders say Ramadan is about reflection, self-control and generosity. Qualities some believe have strengthened during the pandemic.
Well, last year was perhaps our most successful year in terms of fundraising. And that happened right in the midst of the pandemic. So I think definitely the pandemic reminded people of the need to give, to be more generous, to be more charitable.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
COVID-19 has forced Islamic centers in New York and across the US to adapt and find creative ways of bringing the Muslim community together, especially during Ramadan. The Islamic Center at New York University has pivoted its workshops and humanitarian relief efforts online during the pandemic. Its members say this larger virtual presence has provided an opportunity to reach more people around the world.
I have people that are reaching out from all over the world that are not just tuning in, but are so grateful to have access to our space and other spaces. And for myself, I think in a similar mode, I can jump off of a Zoom into another Zoom and experience, what is Islam like in Gambia? What is Islam like in Singapore?
Programs like this may only last for the duration of Ramadan, but the needs of the community will remain. Those here hope the values of the holy month will serve as a valuable reminder. William Denslow, CNA, New York.